Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go to PayPal at Deem by Any Means. If you put at Deem by Any Means and don't see a picture of Malcolm X, that is not me. Cash App $ Deem by Any Means. Y'all know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you send $1, $5, $1,000, $2,000. It is much, much, much appreciated. Everybody who support the channel. Shakur, I don't believe you, sir. We got to talk about it. I know I was about to have to cook on this. We got to talk about it. Shakur Stevenson is talking about retiring. Now, I understand his frustration, but I don't at the same time. And I also know that this is a bunch of malarkey and it's not going to happen. He could say whatever he want to say. He's just being emotional right now. No different than Gervonta Davis talking about um, he don't know if he's going to be continuing to get big fights because of the judge and all of this other nonsense. But it does prove a bigger point that I'm going to make a video on later. Actually, it proves two bigger points that I'm going to make a video on later. But we'll get to that when it's time to get to that. Um, Shakur Stevenson is one of the best boxers in the game, and he's frustrated, and because he's not getting the fights that he actually wants. Another guy got a shot at Navarrete that he probably was promised behind the scenes to get and didn't get received, and it's just crazy where the sport of boxing is going because 2024 was supposed to be one of the biggest years, and you got one of the biggest stars in boxing right now, Shakur Stevenson, talking about retiring. And it goes to show you a pattern that's happening over there on Top Rank because last year, Teofimo Lopez was talking about the same exact thing. But I don't believe you, Shakur. I think you need to get out your feelings. I think you need to get out your emotions. I think that you need to do your due diligence, take that last fight, and get up out of there if you unhappy. Because nobody be telling y'all guys to go over there and sign with these people anyway. Y'all choose to do that. You chose to be with Jay Prince, knowing Jay Prince deals with Bob Arum. And you sat there. You should have been upset when he looked dead at you and said that he wasn't going to make a fight with Gervonta Davis happen. So you should have known what time it was then, and you should have felt some type of way when he put you on a Thursday night, and then said it was because of some racing event. He didn't want to make it happen on a Saturday. Y'all dudes got to learn. Y'all talk all this big boss stuff on Twitter, but you ain't big boss when it comes to your career. And that's what y'all get mad at Gervonta Davis for. That's even what y'all get mad at Devin Haney for. Shakur, you have zero control over your career, so you can't talk big balls, heavy stuff that you be talking on Twitter. You was just talking trash no less than a couple weeks ago. Now you retiring? I don't believe you. And it goes to show you how fragile a lot of these dudes is mentally because why even put that out there and you're not 100% sure? And you talking about stuff being weak. No, I get it, but you need to be directing your energy to the people that is actually controlling the things that you are trying to do. Yes. You need to leave Bob Arum and go over there to the PBC, but y'all don't want to do that because y'all don't want to make it look like y'all trying to follow behind Tank. Y'all so worried about Tank instead of learning that you need to get with the program and go ahead and do what you got to do to get your bag. You need to stop messing with Jay Prince. I told y'all I made a video about this already, Shakur. Shakur already made a video about this, so I'm not even surprised that you feeling how you feeling because I saw this coming. Again, y'all haven't proven me wrong about nothing yet on this YouTube yet. I does this, y'all. Go look at my recent videos. Go look to about in a month. Go look to any video I made about Shakur Stevenson, and you'll see one where I talk about why Bob Arum is bad for the sport, and I tell Shakur Stevenson that he needs to get away from all of these guys. I mean, Shakur Stevenson, you should have got away from Jay Prince after the takeoff thing happened, but you wasn't even smart enough to do that. Your dad just set up. I mean, your grandfather just sat up there and said that Devin Haney got slapped, but now you talking about retiring. Look, man, can't listen, man. It can't like that's what you're doing. Talking about retiring is weak. I'm sorry, bro. I gotta call it out for what it is. You talking about you retiring is weak because you're not retiring because for the reasons most people retire, they accomplished the things that they wanted to accomplish in the sport. They climbed every mountain. They done made every achievement. That's not you. You're retiring out of frustration, out of being upset, like Calvin Johnson retired. That's what you're trying to do. But I don't believe that you're retiring. I think this is a bunch of malarkey, propaganda, and I think that you and your emotions and you shouldn't have pressed in. That's one thing Skip Bayless always say: don't press in. Because when you now, everybody's going to talk about it today, as they should, to show you that you, and if you're doing this for attention, that's even weaker. So whatever you say that they are doing, you being upset about a decision that you decided to do these things, sir. You decided to hold down Top Rank and not get out your contract and not press the issue. That's on you, my guy. I ain't about to cry for you. And then for you to sit up there and retire after that last performance you give us, that's the last time you want us to see you. You must be out your mind, young man. Y'all like these boxers, this goes to show you why I made that video, because obviously Shakur doesn't have a strong support system around him. Jay Prince and them is there just to dig in his pockets. And he probably don't even listen to his grandfather enough. These things, because I heard Shakur Stevenson don't really like to listen to anybody. I heard Shakur Stevenson is actually very arrogant. You wouldn't think that with the big baby face smile, but I've heard Shakur Stevenson could be a bit of a a-hole. And these are just karma coming back around, man. The chickens is coming home to roost by a lot of decisions you have made outside of boxing, sir. You got Terrence Crawford around you, and I'm just telling you to do what he did. Terrence Crawford did it. Why you think you ain't got to do it? Why would you stay with somebody that the guy you admire the most left and could tell you all the horror stories about why he left Top Rank? And then you go behind, and then like I said, I thought you was free. I thought you was about to come up on your contract and all that. You got one more fight. So even if it's not the Navarrete fight whoever the man put in front of you, and then leave. Because I heard you got one more fight left. So that means you could possibly have a whole nother fight this year with another promotional company. You won't even have you could literally leave Top Rank, go sign with another promotional company, have one fight with them this year, and then have everything set up for 2025, a Tank fight and Navarrete, or not even saying Navarrete, but a Tank fight, a Frank Martin fight, a lot of the things that you was looking for. Be able to get a chance to go at Rolly if you thought about moving up because he was running his mouth. There's a lot of people that you would have on that side of the town that you were saying that was ducking you. Issa Cruz wouldn't be able to duck you. Rolly wouldn't be able to run his mouth. Frank Martin is right there. These are the people that you've had confrontation with. Not Navarrete. But I understand your frustration when it comes to that, because everybody thought that would be the next fight, but clearly it's not. And obviously you're highly upset about that. But I understand you, young man, being highly upset, but you got to live with the decisions that you choose to make. You should have known that Bob Arum is a snake from the door. I don't even know why any black fighters go over there and sign. Abdullah Mason, if you are watching this, sir, if you see what's happening with Shakur Stevenson, you might want to change up what you got going on, my guy. I don't even understand why y'all still signing with Top Rank over there. He has shown you, unless you're going to fight another Top Rank fighter, and then if you are a black fighter, he's not even going to be quick to do that. But y'all keep going over there because y'all be saying, see, like boxing is no different than the rap game. You can't sit up there and say that you a boss in this, that, and the third. If you was, you would have never had to stay with him in the first place to get good fights. He would be in a position where you could dictate that what type of fights he's getting, because he's not doing the same thing to Lomachenko that he is doing to y'all, and y'all just letting it happen. And you go cry on Twitter instead of knocking on Bob Arum's door, going to his office and letting him know. Don't let the world know. You need to be letting him know, because that man said that he told you right while you were standing next to him he's not making a Gervonta Davis fight. Another video I'm going to speak on in a little bit. But y'all got to get it together, man. And Shakur, man, you've been very emotional this last year, my guy. You have been so focused on everything else but boxing. And some people say that you're too focused on boxing because you always in a gym. You're in a rock and a hard place right now, my guy. You need some soul searching, good brother. We all talking about Jamal Charlo and them, but we need to be talking about Shakur Stevenson mental health. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, just look at the patterns, everything that's been happening, especially since that Della Santos fight. Shakur Stevenson has been all over the place. One day he want to fight the best, next day he retiring. One day he love Bob Arum, next day he not there. I don't know what's going on with Shakur Stevenson. You dig what I'm saying? Coming at YouTubers, doing a bunch of different things, man. And it's just all the result of bad decision making that I feel as though. And it's just like, if you all any other black fighter out there watching this and you seeing that Bob Arum won't even promote Shakur Stevenson, and I think part of that has to do with Shakur's last performance. I truly do. I believe if Shakur didn't have a performance that he had last time, it wouldn't be that way. I think that All of that stuff play a factor, and y'all guys on YouTube was trying to tell us we hating on Shakur, and we not. Well, that was just one fight. Well, obviously it wasn't just one fight. It wasn't just that simple because Bob Arum is not looking at Bob Arum looking at it like, man, I'm not daring putting you on anything that I got real money behind. He letting you know when people show you who they are, believe them. So y'all know what this is, man. Deem by any means, and I holla at y'all. There go to Cash App, $ Deem by any means. There go to PayPal at Deem by any means. I get with y'all.